Alright, today we're returning to an old challenge that I used to spend quite a lot of time on, and it is the low stats challenge, and I guess this is the extreme version of it where we're going to try and win using only 1-1 units. Now back when this was first all the rage, eventually the level of competition got to such a point that we were winning with just a single 1-1 unit. However, that was in the days when Mushroom Stork or Mushroom Eagle was much stronger than it is now. And so it's not really realistic to go for that anymore. And of course, since those runs, there's also been the introduction of Great One, or at least the Evil Book toy, which basically allows you to win with a completely empty team. And of course, there have also been a bunch of videos about that. But I'm trying to avoid that today. I'm not going to use the Evil Book, and we're just going to try and get a full team of 5 1-1 units. It's not always going to be the case that that's possible. Sometimes we're going to end up with less than 5. But it is definitely still possible to win doing this. You just have to be very selective about which pets you're going to bring into your squad. So obviously there are also some pets which used to be a 1-1 stat line but aren't anymore. And I think I probably didn't include some of the units that are 1-1. Like I don't think I have Salamander in this pack. Obviously it's not going to be much use when we get to the end game. We need to have units that have very strong abilities so that the 1-1 stat line doesn't completely destroy our chances. So one of those units is Lynx, and Lynx is probably the archetypal pet for this type of challenge because its ability is based on the levels of your team and not the stats. So if we have 5 level 3 1-1 units, then the Lynx are still going to be sniping for maximum damage regardless of the fact that they're only 1-1s. So obviously Stoat is going to figure quite heavily in this. You can actually do this challenge without Stoat. I mean, if you just put Mushroom on things and then pill them, they'll come back as a 1-1. However, it does become very tedious and frustrating in the end game where you're having to roll over and over again trying to find pill, even though Pillbug is available now as well. But here on turn 9, we transform the Beluga level 3 into a Stoat and sell it for a level 3 Nessie. So pretty good value, I would say. Back when I originally attempted this, I was going for all tier 6s, so I would just take as many Stoats as I could to turn 11 and then sell them all. However, it's actually kind of repetitive going for tier 6s because there are a lot of them whose abilities don't make any sense if they're a 1-1. So if you think about all the scalers, you know, Cat, Dragon, Komodo, none of them are going to work for a challenge like this because we don't want to increase our stats at all. But then you've also got all the units that have abilities that scale based on their own stats. So Leopard, Hydra, German Shepherd, Warthog. I'm sure there are probably others that I'm not thinking of. So we want to avoid all them, and actually I think the best way to do that is to allow ourselves to use pets from any tier. And tier 5 has a lot of good ones for this challenge. The only restriction I was applying to myself was I wasn't going to take Eagle. I think Eagle is just a little bit played out for this particular challenge, and so it was off the table. Now here the Lynx does a lot of damage to their team, and then we managed to scrape the draw as a result of the Nessie summon. And now we get Pteranodon plus Mushroom. So the Mushroom actually goes on the Stoat, which might seem counterintuitive, but now that we have a pill, we can sell the Dolphin, get extra gold back because it has rice. And now if we pill the Stoat with Pteranodon, we're going to get 2 of them. So 1 from the Mushroom and then 1 from the Pteranodon's ability. And now we can sell them both. Oh, okay, we get Tapir. Now Tapir used to be good for this challenge. I guess it still is. The only downside with it is you have to play a 4 squad, so having a full team of 1-1s is not on the table anymore unless we transform the Tapir into something else. But as long as our whole team doesn't get sniped, the Tapir should summon a 30-30 unit, which is incredibly good for turn 11. We just have to avoid basically any snipe team because we have so little health that you would expect a Lynx team or a Woodpecker team or a Dolphin team to just delete everything. Of course, stego actually is reliant on that as well. We need something to survive so that the stego can give it buffs. And another Leviathan, actually this is Mirko, but he's going to get demolished by the squad of 1/1s plus 1 lynx. Now something I should have done here is put the churros on the tapir, because if it goes first, then the lynx would be powered up. I guess the one downside with that would be that the stego could buff the unit that was summoned, and we'd rather actually have 2 different units that are extremely large in terms of stats. So another pretty easy win because they didn't have any sniping pets at all. But now turn 13 things can get a bit more serious, and we do of course need to pill the lynx. So if we pill it now, having given it the mushroom, it will become a 1/1. And I think, yeah, I could have taken the potato there, but that's only going to block snipes of 10 or less. So when you start facing leopard teams, you're just going to get killed through potato if you only have 1 health. And look at this team, absolutely massive with the level 3 Foo Dog, but Nessie is big enough to eliminate the behemoth and the cobra, and there's a team of 4 1/1 units winning on turn 13. So I had a ton of different attempts at this, and this one is a pretty hilarious blunder where I actually buy the mushroom onto the lynx instead of buying it onto the chipmunk, and so I end up getting the triple cheese instead of triple mushroom, because I could have just put mushroom onto the other units and pill them. Yeah, not my finest hour. So again we end up getting tapir from the stoat here, and I think I'm going to sell the mantis shrimp and just hope for a pteranodon to allow me to duplicate the lynx. Yeah, I'm clearly thinking quite hard about it. I guess I could have actually just played a 3 squad here and hoped that it would work out. We can of course look for another anteater. You can see I have a 1/1 level 3 ant, and that's because it's from an anteater, which obviously its ability isn't going to do much, but it gives a huge amount of extra damage if you have multiple lynxes. So fairly low statted looking team here, and we wipe almost everything and we're left over with a 30-30 to clean up. Still pretty close though. And that's not it though, we've got some more clips here. This one, I wanted to try and power up the lynxes even more. So I really wanted to have bat with churros so that it would cover everything with weakness, and then all the lynx hits would do extra damage. So I think here I'm going to roll down looking for the churros, and we do actually get it. So I can buy sell the stoat to get a 1/1, which is Phoenix, and then we put the churros on the bat. So this is basically ideal. But here I've played so many games at this point that I don't bother moving the Phoenix to the back. And that happens to me quite often where I get tired of doing the same thing over and over. And so I end up cutting a few corners. And look at this, we delete almost everything. We end up giving crisp to our own team. And if I just put the Phoenix at the back, that would have been a win. So I didn't bother showing the final round there because it was just a huge Leviathan team. But here's another one with a Phoenix, and something else I thought about doing after playing this challenge a bunch was having the triple lynx and then pilling a Phoenix in order to get a 1/1 Phoenix and the level 3 young Phoenix. So we're going to do that here. We pill the Phoenix, we get the badge for getting the level 3 young Phoenix, which is a 12/12, but if we can find another mushroom pill, it could be reduced to 1/1 as well. But I think for now I'm just going to give it cheese. It is pretty funny seeing the lynx with the flames on them already. Of course it doesn't really make any difference. And then look at the team I face here. They just have all snipes, and it's both teams get wiped and the young Phoenix is the only survivor. Again, that game ended the next round losing to Leviathan. So here's another variation. Again, triple lynx setup, but this time we're going to go for Kraken with churros. And actually I was very greedy there, rolling down with the shop slot frozen and finding a pill bug. And then look at this, I end up getting matched with someone going for the level 3 zombie cricket in customs. Can't really recommend doing that at the moment. But having said that, it is nice to actually face someone not playing Leviathan or Rabbit.